Dear Dmitry Anatolyevich, colleagues, friends, I welcome all participants, guests, and delegates of the 22nd Congress of United Russia. First of all, I would like to thank you, all party members and your numerous supporters across the regions, for your tireless work in the interests of our country's citizens and your significant contribution to ensuring security and sovereignty. From the very first day of the special military operation, United Russia has supported our fighters, introducing important legislative initiatives to create a system of legal and social guarantees for our heroes and their families, helping restore liberated regions, providing necessary supplies to civilians, and doing a great deal for veterans returning from combat zones, helping them find their place in civilian professions as well as in public and political life. All parliamentary parties, let me emphasize this, all parliamentary parties of our country have consolidated in support of everything aimed at protecting the people of Donbass and Novorossiya and ensuring firm security guarantees for our homeland for decades to come. And United Russia, as a true leader, is actively working where the fate of the country is being decided, alongside our Army and Navy defense industry workers operating around the clock. Millions of people wholeheartedly supporting our frontline troops and volunteers delivering thousands of tons of humanitarian aid, food, medicine, household equipment, and essential gear. Through concrete actions and personal participation in volunteer initiatives, they are bringing us closer to victory. I would also like to note that many members of the State Duma from United Russia, as well as regional and municipal leaders of various levels, have voluntarily gone to the front to fight for the motherland. This is a courageous and bold step worthy of all respect. Thank you. Furthermore, all regions and municipalities of the country are now providing comprehensive assistance to the sponsored cities and districts in the Donetsk and Lugansk People's Republics, as well as in the Zaporizhia and Kherson regions, and to the residents of the Kursk region and other frontline and border areas. Such mutual assistance, genuine brotherhood in the face of challenges, and unity for the sake of the motherland have historically been part of our national character. The seemingly simple word "we" now carries a special unifying meaning. The principle, "we do not abandon our own." This noble call is clear and dear to every one of us. Unity, the understanding of Russia as our ancestral home and a vast family of families, is our great value. It holds immense, unbreakable strength, giving us confidence in today and tomorrow. I want to thank everyone contributing to the protection of Russia's national interests, both at the front and in the rear. I ask the party to continue its active efforts and increase its efforts in all key areas, especially in supporting veterans of combat operations, their families, and particularly the families who have lost loved ones. Special attention should be given to those who have returned home after serious injuries. The determination, courage, managerial talent, and leadership qualities of our frontline soldiers, qualities tested and forged under the toughest conditions, and their sincere devotion to the motherland and its people must be fully utilized to address state challenges. In my address to the Federal Assembly and at the previous United Russia Congress, I emphasized the importance of nurturing and preparing strong, reliable, and promising cadres. I will reiterate this today. For the party, this is not just a priority. Its future depends on it. Talented and motivated individuals must be supported. The party should become a center of attraction for them, engaging them more broadly in training and mentoring programs. Our comrades and heroes should serve as examples for the younger generation, helping others achieve their potential and cultivating worthy successors. Special attention should be paid to the Time of Heroes program launched this year. Not only should the party integrate its graduates into broader activities, but equally important is maintaining an open and transparent competitive selection process for participation in the program. More broadly, conditions should be created to promote contemporaries who have proven themselves both at the front and in the rear, including young people, into leading positions in government, municipal management, the economy, social sectors, and public and party work. As for the Time of Heroes program, we deliberately avoided excessive formal restrictions. Anyone who has distinguished themselves during the special military operation, whether a commander or a rank-and-file soldier, can apply. As you know, there are tens of thousands of applicants. The second intake of the program is now forming, while training for the first group continues. However, even before receiving their diplomas, participants are already being entrusted with high posts and major responsibilities in civilian life. The demand for resilient, strong-willed individuals who have endured harsh trials and are ready to take on responsibility is exceptionally high, and our country needs them. It is no coincidence that more than 300 of our combat comrades, veterans of the special military operation, were supported by voters in elections across the country this year. People trust such candidates, relying on their integrity, honesty, and professionalism. The majority of these candidates were nominated by United Russia, a responsible and proper decision responding to the expectations of society. The essence of this expectation lies in raising the standards of effectiveness and accountability across all levels of government, ensuring that municipalities, regional teams, and federal structures are filled with individuals whose primary focus is duty and service to society and the country. Our comrades from the front lines have already proven their worth in battle. I am confident they will not falter in the future and will fight for and achieve results. However, I also want to address them directly. To work at this level, you must have the necessary skills. You must grow and develop. Standing still is not an option. In this regard, I propose and deem it necessary to expand the Federal Time of Heroes project by launching similar programs in the regions, as already done in Stavropol territory, Belgorod, Voronezh, Ryazan, Samara, and Tula regions, as well as in Khanty-Mansi Autonomous Okrug. I urge the party to actively engage in this work. I greatly count on you to approach it genuinely and avoid formality. Seek out individuals and help them organize their training. I recently met with some individuals recovering from serious injuries. One said he wanted to participate in the Time of Heroes program, while another admitted he wasn't ready yet, saying, "I understand that people need certain experience, whether in public, state, or municipal work. I don't have it. I also don't have an education," he admitted openly. A young man, a nice guy. But I want to look for such people, find them, help them gain the education and experience they need. It is necessary to do everything to ensure that such motivated and active people become part of the project. They need to be supported, provided opportunities for training, and gradually involved in various practical activities. I will reiterate, Russia requires people who understand what responsibility is, who are capable of making decisions, and who are not afraid of challenges. These qualities are critically important today, especially in a period when the regions and municipalities, each individual settlement, and every team at the local level have enormous tasks ahead of them. The party must direct its attention and resources toward addressing these challenges. This includes overseeing the implementation of federal programs and national projects, ensuring the effective use of budget funds, monitoring the execution of decisions on the ground, and facilitating the work of local self-governance. Through their work, the party must address issues that matter to people, such as housing and communal services, roads, kindergartens, and schools, while also caring for veterans, elderly citizens, and large families. This kind of daily, systematic work on behalf of people is the main responsibility of every party member. This is what builds trust, and it is the best proof of the sincerity and effectiveness of the party's actions. Dear colleagues, life itself dictates to us the tasks we must address today, and these are not simply local or domestic challenges. We see the level of pressure from outside forces aimed at weakening and destabilizing Russia. As you know, nothing has come of these efforts. They won't succeed, not now, not in the future. At the same time, we must respond to the changes occurring around us and within our country. We need to be prepared to work in new and, at times, unforeseen conditions. The world is undergoing a profound and irreversible transformation. New centers of power are forming. The principles of multipolarity are being consolidated, and the Global South is playing an increasingly noticeable role. Russia stands at the center of these dynamic and profound processes. We are establishing mutually beneficial partnerships with countries in Asia, Africa, and Latin America. We are strengthening our cooperation with leading powers, such as China and India, and with our neighbors in the Eurasian Economic Union, the Collective Security Treaty Organization, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and of course within the framework of the Union State. We will continue to strengthen these alliances and ties. At the same time, we see that the unipolar world, based on the dominance of a single power, is a thing of the past. Yet the former hegemon refuses to accept this reality. Attempts to preserve global dominance at all costs have led to an escalation of chaos in international relations. The instigators of such actions are willing to sacrifice anyone and anything to maintain their influence, people, countries, entire continents. We see this vividly in the example of Ukraine, where the Ukrainian people have been turned into cannon fodder in a war against Russia. This is a tragic situation for the entire Ukrainian nation, which has become a hostage of the neo-Nazi regime established with the direct participation of the so-called collective West. It is clear that Western benefactors are trying to prolong this conflict as much as possible. However, their plans are failing. Russia's economy, political system, and society have stood firm, while our armed forces and defense industry have demonstrated their absolute superiority in key areas. We will continue to increase our capabilities. At the same time, I want to emphasize that we have always advocated and continue to advocate resolving any conflicts through dialogue and negotiations. But when dealing with the other side, we see no desire to negotiate, only a commitment to fighting. Well, let them fight. The task of United Russia, like all other patriotic forces of the country, is to consolidate society, to support all those who, with their daily work, ensure the development of the fatherland, strengthen its economy and social sphere, develop science, education, and healthcare, and address the issues of culture and the environment. Each of these areas is important. Each is key. We are on the path of strengthening the sovereignty of our country in all spheres, including economic sovereignty. We are creating a self-sufficient financial system, developing high-tech sectors, restoring industrial potential, and supporting small and medium-sized businesses. The foundation of these changes is the work of millions of people, those who are now creating the future of Russia with their hands, heads, and talent. I ask the party to continue helping those who create jobs, advance technologies, and produce domestic goods that we use daily, including food, medicine, and essential household items. A significant part of this work rests on the regional organizations of United Russia. I ask you to involve as many active, enterprising people as possible in solving these critical tasks. Dear colleagues, Russia is a country with a unique civilization and an enormous cultural heritage that unites representatives of different nationalities and religions. This unity, based on centuries-old values, is one of our strengths. We must do everything to preserve our historical memory and traditions and to convey them to future generations. This is especially important today as some forces in the world are trying to rewrite history, erase historical truth, and sow hatred among people. I am confident that the United Russia Party will remain a reliable support for the country in all spheres. You have the energy, authority, and determination to solve the most ambitious tasks, and you will certainly be able to achieve all your goals. I wish you success in your work. Thank you.